Well, hello everybody. Good evening. Now it's going to be some year, but it's been some year already, hasn't it? I can't believe we're heading into the penultimate race weekend of the year already with the Hickford Construction MG Metro Cup. But it is on to Donington Park, and that's why we're here right now. Now, we're going to have a little look ahead to the weekend, and to help guide me through things, I've got two esteemed guests with me. Now, what I want everybody to do, if they could find the nearest dictionary, look at the word glamorous for me, and you're sure to find Emma Cross's face right next to it. Emma, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Really looking forward to the weekend. Thanks. Yes,
can't wait. Now, also, just keep that dictionary handy, everybody, because if you just scroll a bit further through and look at the word absolutely rapid, that's the word rapid. You're sure to see Dan Willars there as well. Dan, how are you? Are you well?
Hi, yeah, very good, thanks. Very good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Now, look, let's talk, of course, Donington Park. It's coming up. We will be there in, 48 hours now, won't we? And it's going to be hot, hot, hot. Have a look at this. Okay, this is the weather forecast for Saturday. Look at that. Now, Dan, I don't suppose you're not allowed to drive in shorts, are you? You have to wear full fire protection suit. How hot does it get in one of these metros when you're driving around?
It gets very, very hot. It's not so bad when you're actually moving and driving. It's the 10 minutes of sat in the assembly area and being on the grid and the sweat pouring into your eyes and wearing fireproof overalls, like you say, 3 layers, helmet, gloves, and because the car's got nothing in it, it's a massive heat sink. So you're getting all the heat from the sun into the car and off the engine and the gearbox coming straight through it. So once you get out moving, it's not too bad to get a bit of airflow, but yeah, it's very, very hot.
Do you think it might help then this weekend if, because we'll be up at the assembly area with the camera, if I walk around with a giant fan as well, and then I can interview you with a giant fan? Would that help?
Just walk around the assembly because it'll rain then, won't it? So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true, actually. Probably going to be the first dry weekend of the season, actually, isn't it, I think? But look, that was Saturday. Well, this is Sunday as well, as we can see. I mean, look at that, 4 o'clock gets up to 25. It's going to be super, super hot. And of course, Emma, for you, I suppose, as coordinator for the Metros, it's partly your job to make sure everybody's hydrated as well, I suppose, is it?
Yeah, we always make sure we take lots of bottles of water. So as the drivers come back in, literally as they're getting out of their cars, we're handing them bottles of water to rehydrate, ready to get going, ready for the next race or for the first race after qualifying.
Fantastic stuff. Dan, let's just come back to you quickly and just talk about the season so far. Nice little picture here. You are in action. This was at Mallory Park. I'm assuming that was that qualifying or practice, because there's an unusual car behind you there. Not Pete Coleman's car, of course, the orange. I can't even tell you what that is. But yes, how's the season gone for you so far?
Yeah, so that was qualifying at Mallory because we were in with the qualifying on. We were in with another group. Bit of a mixed season, really. Just felt like it's not really gone my way this year. Been quick, but not really capitalised on it. So at the incident of Brands, that wasn't great. And then Alton Park getting disqualified from qualifying in the wet. That wasn't great either. But can't do. I got all hold my hands up about that one. But still, set some good times. Car's going really well. Mallory made a bit of a mistake with the setup, so it wasn't quite as quick as I'd hoped. But overall, I'm not unhappy. The car's fast. I'm going well. Just got to have a bit of luck, I think.
Fantastic. And how well do you know Donington Park?
Raced there probably. I think I've raced there 5 times now. Done a couple of track days there. Used to be a bit of a difficult circuit early on for me, and then it clicked a couple of years ago, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, it's a great track. I don't think really a bad word from anybody about Donington.
Right, and Emma, I imagine you would probably echo that as well. The Metros go to Donington most years, do they?
Yeah, it's a really good track for a lot of them. Some twists and turns, some longs, some straights, some bit of everything. So yeah, it's going to be a really good weekend. Yeah, looking forward to it.
From an organiser's point of view, we know MSV circuits are very good, aren't they? Donington is a particularly good one as well. But of course, it depends where you're located, doesn't it? Because it can be quite a walk if you're in the outer paddock. That's where we're going to be, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, so we're parked up at the end of the start and finish straight in the outer paddock. So it's quite central in terms of getting to watch it. For me to get to the assembly area at the beginning, which we collect on the actually on the track on the hairpin on the bike circuit.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of darting here, there, and everywhere, but it's not too bad. It's good.
And there's some good vantage points. Anybody going to spectate, certainly the first corner red gate's a good place to go, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. If you go a little bit further around, you can then see them drop down into the dip and then up the other side, and then we lose them for a little bit. And then it's the apprehension of them coming back round and then seeing them at the start and finish straight again, and who's in front, who's behind, where everybody is on the track. So, yeah.
Now, of course, it's very difficult. There's very few tracks actually you can see. I mean, Mallory's a good one, a good example. Brands Hatch Indy's a good one where you can see pretty much all of the action. But of course, we've been to Alton Park, and now, of course, we're heading to Donington, and you can't. What goes through your mind when you see, if you're looking at TSL or something, and you see the yellow come up at the top of the bar and you see the double waved or you see the safety car go out? It must be a bit of a heart-stopping moment, is it?
Yeah, I'm very like to look after my drivers, like to make sure they're all okay, and seeing a yellow flag out or seeing a TSL something on there is the heart goes a little bit. I don't particularly like standing there and watching the race, if I'm honest. I do a bit of pacing up and down just leave all the shouters to one side and I'll go off on my own. And then I just watch the clock go down on TSL until that ends. But yeah, it's great to watch. But it is a little bit worrying for me. But
well, fortunately, it doesn't actually happen that often. So that's what we like.
No.
Now, we are going to get into some of the technical aspects a little bit here of Donington Park. I've managed to do a bit of internet surfing earlier today, and I found a video. I believe it's Richard Garrard on board for a full lap of Donington Park. So this is what, Dan, obviously you're going to be faced with. You know the circuit very well, but for those of you who are not particularly so familiar with Donington Park, here's how it looks inside a Metro from a driver's eye. Here we go. we go. Fantastic. So no, Richard doesn't know I've taken that, actually. I got it from Kyla's YouTube channel. So thanks, Kyla, Richard. I thought it's better to ask for forgiveness. So sorry. And thank you. Dan, that was quite a good start actually by Richard, wasn't it? I think that was 2019. Were you in that race?
Yeah, I qualified second in that race behind Jack. That was probably the year it kind of clicked on me at Donington, actually. Yeah, Richard, a flying start there.
It's wonderful stuff to see, and we know the crane occurs, of course. Where do you think the biggest challenge around Donington is?
The crane occurs down through, then into the old hairpin, probably. I mean, the crane occurs is very, very fast, but then you've got to get it right to the old hairpin because it's a real drag up the hill then, up to the left-hander and then the two right-handers. So, yeah, I'd say the crane curve leading onto the old hairpin is probably the biggest challenge, I think.
You've got that sort of chicane right at the end of the circuit almost, haven't you? How you almost want to take that flat out, don't you? But of course you can't.
It's not flat out. It's always open to quite a few incidents there. The cars tend to seem to funnel into that corner, and if you get it slightly wrong, it will throw you on the outside, and then the barrier's not very far away on the outside of that chicane. So it's technically quite challenging, that corner.
Yeah, it's a wonderful circuit, Donington, and of course we start. It's quite a unique timetable, actually, isn't it, this weekend? Because usually the metros are over one day, but it's actually over two, isn't it, Emma?
Yeah, so this is the first time this season that we'll be qualifying and racing. Our first race is on the Saturday, and then our second race will be on the Sunday. So, which is nice when the weather's nice, but when it rains, it isn't so good. So it's a thumbs up for the organisers for sorting that out.
Yeah, I better stay at home then. Was it all rain? And you say thumbs up to the organisers. You are, of course, one of the organisers. But who makes that final call? Is it Mark with the MG Car Club, or do you have a say? Is it a collective thing that everybody gets together and says, "Look, this is what we want to do," or is it put to you that that's what we suggest doing?
They sort of know what we'd like on a 2-day weekend. But ultimately, there is a team at MG Car Club who are race committee, and they put the timetable together, taking into account, like this weekend, we've got a 3-hour endurance race. So obviously that needs to be factored into the whole timetable too. So, yeah, it's just mix it up a little bit, I suppose, to make it a bit different this weekend.
With Thursday night now, obviously a lot of prep work's already gone into the weekend, of course. So when do you head up to Donington? Do you go a day before, or will you turn up on Saturday morning?
No, I've booked half a day of work, so I should be leaving at lunchtime tomorrow. It's about an hour and a half up the M1, so it's not too bad either. So I should be there ready to stick the barbecue on a Friday night, and then be up ready early for Saturday morning. So, yeah.
Well, absolutely. And of course, I've got a hotel booked Saturday night, so yeah. What about you, Dan? When do you come up?
Well, I'll be going down. Down south.
Down. Yeah. Everywhere's up for me because down south.
So, I'll be leaving about tomorrow dinner time. Get there mid-late afternoon tomorrow. Not too bad for me, Donington, quite an easy run. It's like Emma was saying, it's nice to have a 2-day weekend as well. It makes it a little bit more relaxed for us as drivers as well, because actually get to not to be rushing around working on the car constantly and getting ready for practice and then getting ready for the race and then getting ready for the second race. It's nice when we have a double header to have it spread over 2 days. It feels a little bit more relaxed. We've not done that for a bit, have we? So it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to actually, because like you said, you mentioned that there is a 3-hour race, isn't there, after you guys have finished. And I'm quite looking forward to actually watching a bit of motorsport for a change rather than, I know it sounds weird, doesn't it? But without having the camera there and having to commentate on it or anything, and actually getting to socialise with you guys properly as well, which is something we haven't really had a chance to do yet this year. And of course, we got the party, still COVID permitting, of course, happening at Snetterton later on in the year. Anybody watching this and who's enjoyed it, and I hope you certainly have, and wants to find out more about the MG Metro Cup, and why wouldn't you want to find out more? There is a link directly to the MG Metro Cup website in the body of the text. Just click it, it'll take you straight through to the homepage. And it's actually, if you do put a question or query in, it will be Dan who picks it up. So if you get a flurry through, Dan, sorry about that. Ask Dan a question. That's what we should do as a new feature. Ask Dan a question. I don't want to keep you guys too long, actually, because I know we've got to get ourselves ready. We've got to get ourselves up to Donington Park, haven't we? Dan, thanks so much for your time this evening. Have a safe drive down. won't you?
Yes,
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Emma, you have a safe and very short drive up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might see you on the motorway on the way. Give you a wave.
And of course, yeah. And don't forget, you can watch all of the action live this weekend as well with the Hickford Construction Limited MG Metro Cup. We'll be there bringing you qualifying, the races, and of course, our exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Right, guys, thank you so much. Have a nice evening. Everybody, see you later. Watch the Metro Cup this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a cracker, and it's going to look a little bit like this.